everyone, welcome. I wanted to start off with that. So, we're good. We're streaming now. We're doing Undynes house. Let's go. Oh. So yeah, I was doing this before. I'm just checking for files first because of me borrowing assets from myself. So we're just gonna go ahead here and look around for some files. So I figure I know what I'm bringing in, and then away we go. Hello everyone. So yeah, we're doing really good at the moment. We're on track. You know Dave, says Connor. Hello everyone. So we've got Wally in here. We got Connor. It's all good. So I need to figure out where I put all of Toriel's kitchen, because I remember I had this saved as a completely separate file, and then I imported it, but I have no clue. Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, I joked and made the file name like Discount IKEA or something, because we joked about it looking like a haunted IKEA ages ago. I wonder if I just search up IKEA in the file names, will I find it? There's the old one, bookshelf, I think it is. Let's try that. We got bookshelf 2, bookshelf 3. Let's check that one. Okay, so that one's just the bed and the name tag. Let's try bookshelf 2. Again, the reason why I'm doing this is just so I can actually find files. Funny, I DM'd you as you start. Honestly, I was kind of like, wait a minute, who's this again? And then I remembered, and I was like, oh! Sounds terrible from me, but it's been a while, so. Oh. Yeah, name change, go bro. Hey, Doge! I go to sleep, but I want to pop by and say things are going really well. Keep up the cool thinking. Thank you very much! It's nice to see you again, by the way. So we hopefully... Oh, there we go. There's the bits that I need. So I keep using these. People are going to see this and just be like, dude, seriously, you've even admitted to it? But I'm reusing assets because it makes it super easy. You know. He's reusing assets! Oh my god! But, yeah. I figure I can do this and then, like, when it comes to smaller details, I can make those unique, like the embroidery that we saw in Toriel's. These ones in particular, where is it? Those ones, the Be Happy. I remember everybody was looking at those and being like, "Oh, those are cool." So yeah, those will probably be in. I just need to change a couple of things. But the whole point of the stream is to try and get Undynes house in a really good position, really quickly. I'm going to be hopping into VR later on. That's going to be fun. I've got my stuff on charge. I don't know why, but like when you have VR stuff and you don't use it, I don't understand why it just loses its its charge so fast. It's like it drains and just goes, yep, no. Really crazy, because you would think that it would just keep its battery charged, but apparently not. So I have to charge up my headset and my controllers. Oh. Toriel's cursed IKEA returns, indeed. So many new faces. It's just like me asking Virus for the textures when making the avatar. No, it's like... Wally's been here since like day one, practically. Just not been around in a while because of other obligations. The coolest thing about this, though, is I remember Wally's reaction to the New Home demo. And it's every single time I watch the New Home demo video, I can just hear, like, I can pinpoint Wally's voice going, "Oh my god," in the background. So it's like, I'm just kind of waiting for that same situation when we show off this kind of stuff. Like, because the newer stuff is so much better. It's so much better. It's so stupid how much this has changed. Like, the entire project is... I keep mentioning it to people, and I think people are probably like, dude, you're hyping this up way too much. But, what I'm thinking of doing is, like, for the event, because we're going to obviously have an update event and a reveal, eventually. What my idea is to literally just take, like, the old video and screen that first. So you probably will see the older video of the first update. You know, when I was asking for help. You probably will see that, and then what I can do is I can throw up the new one, and we can show just like how much has changed, because it's so stupidly like ridiculous how good it is. I just remember Undynes got that giant ass drawer for all the bones. That's gonna be fun to make. Waste paper bin? Yeah, I think we'll keep that. I'm not so sure about the embroidery. If I need to, I can bring those in later. The same with like all this other stuff. That's the vent for the cooker. But I think what we'll do is, instead of using that one, because it's Toriel's one in particular, and Nazgul's, we'll just take it out. We'll disassemble it. We really need this kind of stuff. I might change the texture of the gloves though to have like fish on or something, or at least change the hue, because it's the same in Sans and Papyrus's place. It's either that or I just delete them. Then we've got what will be a bigger counter either side for stuff, so I'm going to need to possibly do this twice. And then for the stovetop, I think what I'm going to do here is, because it's one of those that is electric, I think, because I've already got a stove kind of set up here, I'm going to put glass over the top here, and then do the filament there, and then just add the little lights and everything in here, and that should hopefully modify this to look pretty much how it should do. So I think I've got most of Undynes' stuff already in here. I'm reusing assets as easy as I can to try and make this a quick process, because like I'll show you in a moment just how far this update is in terms of development, because if I can just like do the other animations now, like I just need to go through like optimizing Snowden and a bunch of other things. If I can do that and get that all done, then we are looking at like a load of easily animated scenes. Let's have a look. This reminds me, I gotta start Blender soon, says Connor. Blender's fun to play around with, you know. Now let's put that. Actually, let's put it over here, because this needs to all scale up inside Undynes' house. And Toriel, when I looked at like sprite sheets and everything, Toriel kind of lined up height-wise with Undyne, which is crazy. So I might even change that and make Undyne slightly taller than Toriel, because Toriel's like apparently 6 foot something. I don't know. But yeah, we need a different counter here. I'm just gonna check what actually is used in the counter so I can do this accurately. Also, I hope the music is not too loud. Can somebody just confirm whether it is or isn't too loud with me? It's just because last time I did this, everyone was saying I had the music blasting like mad. You know. So yeah, if anyone can just tell me whether the music's absolutely blasting out of their ears or whatever, we're good. Or whether I'm too low in terms of volume. Connor says, I advocate for any other character, well, sorry, for any character getting love other than Sans. I think it's because Sans is just, like, so loved in the fan base. It's kind of like, it's almost like the joke about, you know, like, if you've heard it for, like, Sonic OCs, where it's like, oh, everyone's gonna have their own Sans OC that's basically just a recolor of Sans. Then again, that's just me, you know. I can't judge on the music, I've turned it far down. I mean, that's fair, that's fair. It's just, as long as it's not, like, blasting and I'm not low on volume, I'll just drop it a little bit more. Let's go. So what I need to do here, I just messed this up. I need to go and find the actual footage from Undynes' kitchen, because I can't remember what drawers and stuff I used. Undyne house, Undertale. So I want to just like watch which drawers are open and which ones aren't, and then we can model them all. But yeah, at the moment, just like reusing assets. I know people are gonna be kind of like, dude, seriously? I've seen that before in like Sans house, Tutorial's house, or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Because I don't want to just go and like remake an entire kitchen just for one scene. No. I do know I need at least a giant extending bin sort of thing for Papyrus's yellow bones. Or rather, gift wrap bones. I'm just gonna wait and let this play out. Also, for the sake of confirming where the window Papyrus jumps out of will be, I figured that the easiest place to put that is literally like towards Undynes' you know, like back room that she's got, where it's on the back wall where she says, oh, it's my bedroom or whatever. I figured it's easier placing the window there that he jumps out of instead of at the front where Toby has it. Because either he's jumping out of one of the eye windows in the front, or there's a window that we just don't see around the side. And it just kind of, I was like, I don't know. So I was thinking about it and I'm like, where could we have one that's camouflaged kind of that we don't see in the overhead, but would make sense? And yeah, it's just behind the side fins. Just behind the side fins around the middle of the house. It makes more sense for him to dive out of the window there. Although, I'm half tempted to just like not include that and just have him dive out of one of the eyes, because that also makes sense. But then we've got the whole thing about the eyes not being able to be sad later on because one of them is missing. Although it kind of makes sense because Undyne also has one eye missing. So maybe if I make him like dive out of the same one, so it matches Undyne. There we go. So the drawer on the left side is like the big one that has all of the bones in. And I'm trying to figure out the one on the right. I can't remember what it has in it. I also need to make sure that the table can be broken later on, or at least snapped in half. I don't think she actually uses that drawer. I'm looking at it now, and she's just not used it. So yeah, it's only the drawer near the sink. So that makes things a lot easier. Connor says, I might have an ear infection. Oh no, that's not good. Definitely not good. I hope you don't have an ear infection, Connor. Right, so this needs to be basically the same length as this. Can I fit that to that? If I just like figure this out. That'd be so good. How big have I got that sink there? Okay, so that's because of that. If I move some of this, I like take that and just duplicate objects. What I could potentially do is flip it, or keep that there and just like do something else here, and then move that over onto there. We'd practically be good. I just need to see about this bit here. Can't even remember how I did that. I think I drew it. Or did like one side and then just mirrored it. It makes most sense. So if I do like that here. Ooh. That moment where I'm trying to modify my own stuff and kind of screwing it up a little bit. Okay, so if I take that out and put in another bit there, we should be fine. What I need to do here is get rid of all this stuff. Right, and then we take out this drawer and we move one of these over. That's probably going to be the best bet. And then we're just gonna duplicate object. I'm just gonna try and like fill that in here with probably this one. Actually no, because that one is right there for the taking. We can just not delete that a second. Separate that. Bam. Now we need it definitely blocked in there, right? And then if I just make this slightly wider over here, hopefully that should just work. Hey, that doesn't look bad. Right, and now I just need to, no, I just need to plant that on top of there and we're good. I'll make sure I save this as bookshelf 4, Haunted IKEA, back for Undynes. The thing is, Undynes place looks pretty much the same as Toriel's anyway, in terms of like colour, until, well, for wood anyway, until you get to the top surface on one side, and then obviously there's the floor and the wallpaper and everything. That's gonna be crazy. But for now, if I might even need to make this slightly bigger, but hopefully if I can just bam, and then we take that, we put that round about here or something. That should be fine. I just need to see how that was done. Oh, I see, I've just extruded outwards. Okay, so maybe if I can just, instead of deleting that, if I can just take all of that and plant that like there, and then figure out how I'm gonna do this. Because then I can just like make that the entire length. That would be the easiest solution for this. Just make that the entire length of the worktop. And yeah, I did have a mess up at the beginning of the stream. For anyone that wants to know, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put the Deltarune soundtrack on because the Undertale Yellow one is just like buried in my brain now. It's like I can't get rid of it. And then proceeded to go and Google search the Undertale Yellow soundtrack. And then I was like, no, I can't get rid of it. So yeah, that was funny. The Undertale Yellow soundtrack is forever burnt into my brain with how many times I've watched it. And by that I mean like how many times I've played it on stream. I can't escape. Can't escape. It's 355. And then we just bring this in a little bit. We'll have to fix the textures and everything, but this is not looking too bad right now. I just need to now figure out how to place this. Like, if I just try and sit that on top there, that might be good, and then I just like bring that down a little bit, because I have a feeling it's slightly thicker than the other one. Unless the one underneath it is a oh, I see. The ones underneath it are the top of the other one. So I'd basically have to make the thing underneath slightly smaller. I mean, that's no big deal. I can just... I make sure I take absolutely everything here, then that'll work. What I need to do is take all of this and just drag it down. About there, maybe? Oh, come on now. And then we'll just... all we need to really do then is just drag this up ever so slightly. Hey, there we go. We're good. I'll just make sure I save that. So we've now embedded that more or less. I just need to fix the texture issue, of which there was just a little stretching. Can't remember how I went about this, whether I just did cube or not. I think I might have. Let's see what that side looks like. Oh, that moment where I'm trying to... okay. That moment where I'm trying to get like marble on top here and just like make it look okay. That's about right. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Hey everyone! Hey memes, hey spam crewmate! L, don't you mean listen, not watch? No, it's because I keep watching / listening to the OST. Let's see. By the way, are you making all of these in the 4 LTS version, or are you doing it in the previous version of Blender? I tried to move my project from 3 to 4 and the file froze for like 3 minutes. At the moment, I moved this one from 3.5 to 4.1, and that's fine. 4.2 I've not touched too much, but I'll have to in future to do specific scenes or make them look better. So it's going to be interesting how 4.2 changes things for me, because I've already been like trying to do certain things and encountering not exactly weird issues, but it's just like, huh. No, I need to spend more time with 4.2 basically to make sure it's okay. Because I don't want to just go jumping in. Joel says, hey there Dave, missed 2 of your streams. I was busy editing a scratch version of Undertale Rejuvenation. Oh cool. Nice to see you again, Joel, by the way. So yeah, we got this here. We got that there. If I just like flip that. I don't like things looking the same like that, so we'll have it be actually. Let's have a look at the minimap. Okay, so the minimap has it like that. Or the overhead, sorry. I'm half tempted just for symmetry because of the way my brain works is just to do that either side. Because that it looks better to me like that. And then I can put the cutting board there. And then all I need to do really is mess around with the stove here. And then just import it all, and then we've practically got like, I'm gonna say like 90% of the work done outside of texturing, the background element, which will be waterfall, setting everything up. I honestly thought this was going to be harder, but I'll tell you about that in a moment. Hey, Happy! Nice to see you! Like, strange ray tracing in Eevee, I was surprised that they could fit that in as they start to phase out cycles to spam chromite. I tried messing around because I thought I can do Fallen Down, or, you know, the first scene in 4.2, because it'll just look stupidly good, having all the cave walls and everything be covered in like really high poly stuff from the displacement node, and it did not work out the way that I was thinking. I was just like, no, I'm good. Hello to anyone that's coming in now. The improved volumetrics look cool. I still want lighting that allows me to project stuff, because Cycles has it where you can project stuff from lights and make it look as though you're doing like projectors or whatever else. And the whole reason for this is I want the stained glass in New Home to look like stained glass on the floor, but I've been trying to emulate that with like plugins or other ways of doing it without having to obviously pay for the plugins, and it's just not working. And the one guy that's like got it done, it's like, oh, you can get it for $5 off his, like, I think it's like a Gumroad or something, but essentially what you're doing is you're joining a membership program. And I don't know how to get off that membership program, so I'm like, I'm not joining a program just to get this one asset, and then like basically take the asset and only pay for like a month. Because that's even, he says that in the video, he's like, yeah, you can just do this if you want. I'm like, oh, this is great. But then I'm like, wait a minute, how do I cancel the membership? So I'm not risking being unable to cancel said membership. Let's just get rid of... Where the heck is Toriel here? I know she's over here, but what I need to do is find her in the actual reference here. Where the... Let's just start getting rid of these and just see. One of my favourite songs from Deltarune's OST. So we got the kitchen worktop. Oh, duh! There's just a file that just says Toriel right there. Right, what I'll do is I'm gonna get rid of these because I said I might put like fish designs on them, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of them. That makes it easier to work with, and then for this, where is it? Hey, Proof, how you doing? The sink needs more white fur balls in it. Right, so we need, where's the stove? There it is. I'm going to be doing anything here. Oh wait, it's not the stove, what? Oh, it's because I clicked the wrong one, oops. What I need to do here is make the electric coils, of which we can just do that using, oh, I remember, I need to get the piano as well. I'm going to use the piano from Bioshock 2. I'm like literally, I was trying to grab the asset before from like a website, and people were like, oh, here's my grand piano, you can buy it for like 20 bucks. And I'm like, yeah, I can probably get that for free, I'm sorry. I bought a lot of assets already, but I can probably get this for free. No, it's like the, one of the other assets that I'm looking for here as a reference. If I go to model resource, my #1 stop shop for assets, as long as they're not broken. If I just try this, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Ah, yeah, it did work. So now I can just get that asset super easy, and then plunk that in the background. Because when it's on about giant swords in the background in Undynes' house, I'm like, I can either have Zangetsu from Bleach for a laugh because it's an anime sword, or I can use another one, and I forgot that somebody had actually done some fan art where it's Cloud's Buster Sword from FF7, and I'm like, yes, I want that. So I'm gonna put Cloud's Buster Sword in the background. And that shall be fun. Undynes like Gilgamesh and just collects all kinds of weapons now. We got Mobius Final Fantasy. I love the first comment, that's a big ass sword. So we got that one, or we got Final Fantasy G-Bike. Oh, the G-Bike one looks terrible. But the weirdest part about it is Mobius Final Fantasy has it with like gold trim all over the place, and the other one that I can see, I can grab hold of, that has everything in a slightly more desaturated look, so maybe I should potentially just desaturate the one from Model Resource, or just get the more detailed one, throw that in the background, and use that. I think I will. That's another person going in the credits. I am going to spend literally an eternity putting everybody in the credits for this this project. Joel says, a few minutes ago, I drawn a picture of a horror version of my night garden on my computer. Oh, cool. I've read that. Fine, farming a bit in EDFs is proof. Oh, nice. I need to play more. Dark says, how far have you finished? Not rude to ask. It's not rude to ask. So, I'll show you exactly where I'm up to now. Just let me get this as an actual thing here, because I've been doing a roadmap. I posted this roadmap on Twitter as well, but so have I already got it there? No, I do not. Right, so I'll just grab this from online and then just drag it into the Blender area. But it's great because recently we got like a load of stuff that I needed to get done. Especially for like voice acting and stuff, so I'm really happy about that. So, let's do roadmap. Oh, I love the way roadmap PSD is in there. PSD is in there as well. Fun stuff. Okay. Oh yes, the credits roll will be as lengthy as the movie. Indeed, like no joke, the credits are gonna be so stupidly long. Because I'm trying to, like, I've got to go back, like, the credits are going to be massive. I know I just said, like, 3 different things there at the same time. The reason why I'm freaking out about the credits is because I'm trying to keep track of them all, and what's crazy about it is trying to take into consideration everyone that's been in streams, everyone that I've met in VR chat that's helped out, everyone from the Undernet that's helped out, everyone that's on the staff, you know, for like the VA staff. And then on top of that, crediting literally everybody that I've looked at in terms of like artwork, where their artwork actually can be found. And then on top of that, model sites for where I've got the models from, who did the model, and, you know, like, just what they're used for in the entire project. So it's going to be stupidly long. The credits really are going to be like their own movie. Okay, so here we go. Here's the roadmap at the moment. If I just open this up. Bam! Okay, so I'll explain this and reasons for certain things. Oh. Just need... There we go, I posted this on Twitter the other day. I just needed like an update of it, but it's really pixelated because I've just brought it into Blender. Is it going to be a short or long movie? I want it to be pretty long. I would be realistic if Sans pupils glow. I've seen it in a few comics and models. That's if he's using his abilities though. If he's not using his abilities, his eyes don't glow. So here we go. So basically after this update that I'm working on now, everything will be prepared, and once everything is prepared, then I can just animate things. So instead of like messing around, getting assets ready, doing like demo stuff, the idea is that by the time I've got this update ready and the demo content for it, I should be quite ready to not only do the animating, but I should have a good idea of how each character should move. Because that's another thing, is like doing different character studies and figuring out just how I want them to move and emote. I love the way, this is old now, the whole thing at the bottom saying, planned showcase. All of these characters will appear now, fully voiced, which is so good, including the 2 redacteds. But instead of just them, everybody else that has worked on the project I want included. As you can see, a lot of things are white now, apart from Undynes house, which I need to actually update that today. But basically, yeah, white means it's in progress and almost complete, more or less. Yellow is finished. The reason why I say white is almost complete is I'm either looking at different visuals and trying to update them, or I'm looking at how I can slightly improve things and make things a little bit more detailed, make it run a little bit better, or maybe I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot this one cool thing that I can put in here as a neat little detail. You know, like at the moment when I did this, which was literally like either yesterday or this morning or something, Undynes house was red because I hadn't started it, and I think it was yesterday because I just started getting the hang of Undynes house last night. The library is done. That was done like early. Nabs the Bluke's house is done. We saw that being done on stream. But stuff like the resort interior, even though I am technically done with that, what isn't done is that it isn't linked up to the core, the bridge to the core, or Hotland. So I need to do that, which requires Hotland to just be tweaked a little bit more. The core, I'm still figuring out textures on it, because some of the textures look pretty crap, so I'm like, it's not finalized. Once they're finalized, the core's pretty much done. Because the core uses a lot of modular assets, so I just flip them around in places and it'll work. I've shown that off on stream as well. Sans and Papyrus's house, the only reason that isn't done is because I'm still finishing off details and figuring out little bits of tweaking with the lighting. So yeah, each one of these is like its own small thing that just needs to be done to finish up. The lab, the interior of the lab is already technically more than 50% done, but that's the old version of the lab as well, that's using basically like the Gmod version is the best way of putting it, with a couple of extra assets. I'm gonna go back and detail it a little bit more, which will be fun. Not too much, but that'll have some detailing in. We've already seen Sammy helping out do the Mew Mew merch for Alphys's room, so that's going to be fun to just have like Mew Mew merch strewn all over the place. The basics being that the lab won't change in terms of scale or the model, but the textures and the details around it will. Snowden, it just needs to be optimized. I just need to change some of the textures on the buildings, basically. Make them look a little bit better and make them fall in line. And the Dark Shrine is practically done outside of linking it to Sans and Papyrus's house through the doorway, so I need to include like the door there. So yeah, once all that's done, then every bit of the underground will have been modeled and done and will look consistent. And then I can start animating. But what this update doesn't take into consideration is that I need the very ending of the game modeled, the cliffside at the end that overlooks the city or whatever. I need the parts of the city technically modeled for the credits, because I want the credits to be exactly the same as the original games, but in 3D. And I need the final fight boss arena to be done. So technically those are a couple of other things that I need to include. So really I should update that as well. But we're not far off being able to just animate. Is it possible to send fan art? At the moment, yeah, but only through the Undernet Discord. Progress, how much do you have left? 2, ending. I would like it where all the Undertale characters escape from the game into the real world with the player. So, the characters are going to stay where they are. I'll tell you that for now. They're going to stay in the game. It's going to end like you would end the game normally. As for like how long it's going to take, it could take up to another year to animate everything. I honestly don't know. Like, at the moment, it's taken so long, primarily because of me getting assets ready, and also due to a bunch of other commitments that I have, and also because some of the VAs still need to give me the voiceover. Once the voiceover is done and recorded, then we are pretty much good to go in terms of, like, I can just do animating. So yeah, that's where we're up to, pretty much. It's exciting because this update and this demo essentially mark the point at which we can turn around and say, look, we're good, let's start. You know, so I'm really excited for it. What's the Discord called again? It's the Undernet Discord. You can find it's got a VRC world. This is called the Undernet Hub, and that's pretty easy to go through. But yeah, in my section of the Undernet, you can just send me stuff there. I've even got a file specifically for memes, which is fun, because I can do like a stream or something at some point, and just having us go through the memes. Let's see. I need to do not too much to this this stove. What I'm gonna do here is take off the tops that I made. Actually, no, I don't even need to do that. I can literally just like make them smaller. Oh no, too much. I do that. Ah, there we go. All I need to do is make these smaller and then put an induction coil around them. And then we're done. More or less. And then I just need to put like a spiral around it. Okay, so about up there. Nope. I don't know why that's done that, because I only wanted it to be done on one angle, not like a billion of them. Hopefully. Ah, there we go. Now all I need to do is just put the induction coil there. And the reason for that is just so we can show it heating up when Undynes using it, and Frisk is using it. Okay, so for this coil, I swear we can just do like a either a curve. There's got to be some other way of doing this, I swear. Let's use a curve. I just realized I could probably do this by hand if I just draw it. Hang on. Because if I take the curve now and go edit mode, and then just go draw curve pen? We're just like, oh no. That moment where I'm like, I can do that, and then I realized that the other stuff is on top. We just hide that for a moment. So good, this OST. Right, I can freehand the spline. Oh, if I freehand that, that's gonna be terrible. I suppose I could, but then it'd be utterly terrible. I'll have to edit it. I'm just gonna have to edit it. 1, 2, 3, and then just like that. So it's like that. Yeah, it's pretty much like that. I just need to edit that now heavily. So otherwise that's gonna look crazy. Either that or I can just get really lazy and just use the Dreamcast spiral for it. That would be an interesting, almost meta level joke. Okay, that's not too bad. I just take that there. Try and move this a little bit so it's a little bit more accurate. And then the idea is to try and move this one. Just that one over there that's now just slightly out. Okay, there we go. That induction coil is now not looking anything like an induction coil until we actually mess around with it. Let's get rid of the other one in the background. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on here in chat. Hey, Wally! Is the film going to be on the Undertale cinema, not just YouTube? I mean, it'll probably get put on the cinema at some point. I miss how the gas stoves are. Bezier, the Dreamcast logo on the stove. Indeed. That reminds me, how are you doing, Wally? I'm almost going to be set up for coming on soon. I just need to get this asset ready, and then we can also go and view Undynes' house real quick. Seriously, Undynes' house is so mind-boggling to do. I just need to check my VR stuff. Hang on. Oh, it's still on yellow? Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it's green, obviously, because otherwise it's gonna be crazy, but it shouldn't be too long now. It normally only takes like an hour. Okay, so, Bezier curve. Let's do resolution 8. Or even 10. Because we're gonna get close-ups of it, so... Geometry, extrude? No. Offset. Nope. Which one was it? I keep forgetting this. Depth? Ah, there we go. And then we'll cap it off as well. 0.005? Fill cap, right? And then the idea here is we can just 0.004 might be better. And then there we go, that's practically the Dreamcast swirl. But we can just do that, and then just to make sure this looks a little bit more in line with everything, we can just do that. And then that's going to be the induction coil. My little brother Toby is playing Fortnite. Okay, so we got this. And we need to do a material for it, so we'll just do coil material. Well, actually, coil stove material. And then what I can do here is just tweak the metallic on that. And the roughness can be like 0.4, so it makes it look cool like that. And then we can change the base texture to something like, so it's not too cold in terms of the way that it looks. And then what we can do here is go to shading, go home here so we can figure out where it is exactly. And then we'll do like a mix shader on this or something. That might be cool. Just do a mix shader, even though we don't really need to. Just do that there like that, right? And then for this one, we just do an emission. And then for the color, we have it as that like bright sort of like pinky red that they can go to. And we just turn that up to like 50. Not legit like that. It's probably gonna be more like 20. But what's that like if I 0.1 for the bloom? And then what we can do is we can just tweak between that there. That's gonna be cool. And I think I can keyframe that. If I can't, I'll just put it down here. Yeah, I can keyframe it now there. If I do like emission stove. There we go. So it comes up there now. And then we'll just leave that socket. We'll just leave that socket, that's fine. Do you have a streaming schedule? Normally, no. It's because I'm sometimes indisposed of, you know, I do like other things. So I don't really have a streaming schedule. After you finish Deltarune Oastic, you put on Bold Sands. It depends, because I'm probably going to be finished up real soon. I'm just checking under there. Oh, let's go ahead here and just like, oh crap. Trying to edit the stove here so it just works. Famous last words of a Bethesda dev there. Oh. Right, now what I need to do here is just copy all of this. Just gonna separate that for the moment. We just go join. Yeah, that should work. Okay, it's not joining for some weird reason. That is strange. Convert to mesh maybe? And then join? Nah, that's what it was. It's because the other one was still a curve. And we can still light that up if we want, right? So then we can just go linked. And then we just take those back. And now, we've just turned Toriel's stove into one for Undyne. And then we can just put all of them on like that, if we want. I understand. I like your streams of Undertale movie. Suddenly, I'm really awake when you stream. I'm sorry. It's because I stream in GMT +0. Right, I need 8 lights at the back plus 2 other ones on here. So we've got these. these, and then we'll just merge those in with the stove, hit save, right? And then for these at the back, what we've got is more of this, where these were done in bin silver, right? But what I need to do really is make them like dial black. And then we'll drop that down there. And the reason for this is we're gonna make them more metallic. Probably, maybe not that, probably about 5. Roughness will be 4. And then we're gonna have the lights on them. So we'll do red, lighting, blue. And we're just gonna have this as emission. So we'll just do surface, emission. We'll just make it that red. And then we'll have it at like 5 or 10. And then all I need to do is really just slap these on here, so I can even just take these just for a moment, take them out. Just thought of this solution now, and then just duplicate them, take the originals, take the stove and click join. And the reason for that is so I can do the dials on the top here kind of accurately. So I can just do it with 1. We just do separate though. Right? And then all I need to do is just do this and hit file, assign, and then take off the other stuff. Right, and then we'll do that to like 20. Then we'll take this, it's a wireframe. And we're just gonna put that smack bang in the center. And then we'll do add, nope. I'm trying to remember some of these modifiers because it was easier when I could just see everything in the old menu. Deform, surface deform maybe? No, shrink wrap. I think it's shrink wrap near surface, and then just do that, right? And then we do above surface, offset, oh. Project? Nope. I'm trying to remember what this was. Because you could just literally project stuff and it'd be fine. Just outside of surface. Minus 0.02? No. 0 puts me there, so 1 puts me... Wait, what? 0.01. Minus 0.01. Okay, so minus 0.001 puts me there. 0.001. 0.005 puts me there, and then I can just... Give me a sec. Do that and we're good. Let's check stream. I might use that computer drawing thing for a chapter selecting Underbros. Let's check my stuff. I can barely see what you're putting in on the modifiers. Yeah, it's because of Blender just being a pain and being super small as well. Oh. What I'm trying to do is just line these up now. because these are accurate to the sprite work. When I want them to be as accurate as possible. Because this is more or less what all of the dials look like on Undynes stove. So we just join those. Oh, hang on, I just realized. 2, 3, 4. Join each other, and then just have them join the. Oh. All the way around. Join the stove. There we go. Oh, I like that. I like the look there. And then we've just got to get the lights on the back. On the panel here, and then we're done. That looks snuggly, not enough to clip into the surface. Exactly. That's the whole point of it, is just to fit it in such a way that it's clean, doesn't clip, and looks accurate. I'm gonna go take a shower, says Chris. Eyeballing everything, I do that most of the time. I've learned over the years of me doing this that, like, yeah, you can put loads of, like, stuff in to try and make it super accurate, you know, in terms of, like, numbers and stuff, but over the years of me doing, like, modeling and stuff, most of the time I've just eyeballed stuff. It's crazy. Are you self-taught? Yes, I am. Self-taught since 2005 in 3ds Max, Unreal Engine, Photoshop, and then Unreal Engine 3, Unreal Engine 4, and Blender. Specifically Blender, I think it was 3.1 to 3.5, and then 4.1 and 4.2 now. Much better, I think. I thought you would need to apply a shrink wrap. Nah, we didn't really apply a shrink wrap, we just used it to get the kind of location. And then because of where it is, it's not too bad. We'll do the same here with the last little details, which are the little buttons, and then I just need to do the vent above, and then the rest is just placing it in Undynes' house, more or less. It's like the table over there I'm going to be using. I'm just going to be rescaling the table and the textures. Same with the door, I'll be redoing the textures on the door. The only thing that I think will be new, maybe, is the stool. But even the stool, I could probably use these lights I might actually put in. The chairs I'm not so sure about. I do want to put the bin in. But yeah, I think what I'll do here is instead of doing like any super secret like small details, I'll just throw these in. So we'll do the same here. We'll just take this, duplicate the stove, and then do this. And the reason for this is so I can try and get an easier set of spacing here, because what I want to do is do something like this to the panel, right? And then we'll just create all of these on the panel like this. So we need 8 lights. If I do this, how much did I eyeball that by for a moment there? Okay. Stuff like that where it needs to be mirrored, I can either just copy it or we can just do that. And then we'll do here is take this. Actually, no, wait. Because these need to be a certain height, so they need to be roughly about here, right? Same with the top, they need to be about from there. And then we just need to put one there roughly. And then we can just take all of these. This could just be done with textures. But I don't know, man, I'm just enjoying it this way at the moment. Bam. Get rid of all of that. Take this. And then bring those back. And then we just get rid of everything else. Put the red lights there, and then see how close I can get them before they start clipping. There. Okay, let's try. Okay, that'll do. Yep, that looks like Undynes stove, alright. And then we can just attach those to there and just click join. And it's done. Hey, Average. Hey, Lucky. I got your message last night. I don't know whether I'll be around to be available for that. Depends on the time. I'm just literally charging my stuff to get on with Wally at the moment. I'm just doing the assets for Undynes house real quick. I just need to do the vent and then we can place stuff. So for the vent, I think the easiest way to do this would be just make it the same scale as the stove. No, what's going on there? Why is the kitchen? Oh, I remember. Kitchen shelf isn't visible at the moment. And then we just go. I love the way this is literally just like Toriel's Haunted IKEA version 4. If you go off the joke for it. And then vents. Metal vents. I think it's very admirable to do something like that. Hats off to you, Mini. Thank you very much, Dark. Let's go here. The funny thing about this is, I actually have one of these vents in real life, so I think I might just copy that. All I need to do really is find a vent-like material, or just literally photo my own, and then turn it into a texture. But we need it roughly about there, right? And then if we eyeball this, then what we're looking at is something that's kind of that height. Maybe a little bit less. About there. Goes up to about there. And then extrude. Then we can mess around with that later on. I just realized it's all the way back here as well, so it's not actually a square. Let's go ahead and turn it into a square. Okay, so that's the vent, more or less. Done for the basics of it. IKEA returns. Indeed. Lucky says, understandable. Any weekend before the 26th is my main concern, because that's when my outage starts. Right. Countertops are always on the same level, usually most of the times in my kitchen. Hey, Sugihono! That's the first time I've seen you in stream as well. I've seen you in comments and I've responded to them. So welcome. Oh. But this needs to be here. And then we can do this like super cheap. Like this is just gonna be insert. about there, roughly. Sometimes insert can be really messy, but hopefully that's not too bad. And then we'll just do that like that. I always like to bevel stuff though, just a little bit, because it gives it a little bit more shape. Then hopefully I can just bevel that. Actually, wait, if I bevel that one won't look. Because the idea is to try and bevel this in such a way that it gives a little bit of detail to these sides, while also not screwing the mesh over completely. If I take these edge loops into there, how's this gonna look if I bevel this? About there for the sake of it, so we can actually make out the edges. And if I just link these up here, nope. Normally this is all done with quads, which I think I still have quads, or I can get them. Yeah, I can get them here. Even though technically I don't need to do this, it's just good practice being able to keep everything as quads. Just join those there. That's practically done already. I just need to add the vent button underneath the 3 lights here, and the texture. So the texture will just be the same as this. We'll just do oven, or even actually no, oven will do. Not entirely sure about that because of the way Undynes looks. It matches the stove, you see, like a dark blue. Maybe I should just do it that way. And just do like oven. Because Undynes one is more like that. If I just do that, there we go. That's not too bad. It's just clipping through some of the other geometry. Okay, let's check chat. I do try and keep up with chat. It's just sometimes when I'm explaining what's going on, I kind of don't do stuff. Sugihono says, saw you were live, decided to pop in. Reply to your comment, by the way. Yes. That's no problem. I'm going to be going on VR in a little bit, so I shall check that out. Super excited for this film to drop, hopefully within the end of this year or next. I want to try and drop this probably within like a year or two at most. Again, I'm also looking after my family while I do this, so that's part of why it's taking so long. The other bit is just like some of the VAs don't have the time to do stuff, so it's waiting for them to do their parts. I think there's like only a couple left that I'm waiting on, plus the newer ones that I'm trying to get now for the newer characters that are slowly being made. But yeah, it's crazy. It's all like community effort and stuff, so it's fun. I've already started working on a fan-made poster for this. Oh, nice! Thank you very much. You'll be able to see a poster either way in the Undernet. Like there is a very basic bare bones poster, but I'll be doing a remade one for the actual announcement event when I've got all the demo stuff done. For those who have just turned up, I'll go over the demo stuff in a moment and show you exactly what needs to be done to get this to the point where all I'm doing is animating. It sounds like a lot, but it's not actually. It's kind of little bits here and there. I gotta make this sound like super easy, but it's all over the place. Let's see. Lucky says, mainly industrial setting were shut down, hence the term outage. That's fair. Add some gold accents to the top. Interesting. I'm now a loyal, devoted supporter of yours. Thank you very much! I try and stream roughly about this time live, or like an hour before this, waiting for my headset here. I'm like leaning back in my chair to check my headset. I try and stream roughly about the same time, but because I'm looking after my family as well at the same time, it's really dependent on that. You know. I don't know why, but I all of a sudden want to do like really chunky sort of like buttons for the top here for like the vent. So something like this where it almost looks like a cog or something. Even though it looks crazy, I don't know, man. I'm gonna do it. That reminds me, for those who aren't familiar with the way that I speak, I don't mean any offense if I say dude or man or whatever else. It's almost like a tick that I've got myself into, where I'm not meaning to misgender anybody. It's just, if you don't want me to do it, then please say. Otherwise, it's just a basic thing that I do for everybody. I don't mean anything by it, and I don't mean to cause trouble. Oh. Let's make these buttons like this. This music is so good. I need to play that one again because I'd actually not listened to the soundtrack in the background. I was just in the zone trying to like explain stuff and do things. I need to put that one back on because that's actually one of my favorites from the OST for Chapter 2, outside of Cyberfield. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you a stream somewhere. I hope people see. Thank you very much. So we're just gonna add like 3 or 4 little buttons on here. About there. And we're just gonna duplicate these as linked. I'm wondering whether I can just get away with potentially using an overlay of the bin material here for the vent. You know, this mesh, because that'd be like super easy. I can actually do that. And let's... because I want this done, you see. I really don't want to come back in later on and be like, oh, it's fine, I just gotta do this. I've already got to do that with a load of places. So it's like, let's just separate that. Wally, sorry for keeping you so long, by the way. I'm literally just like sat here waiting for my headset to read green, and instead it's like, oh, I'm orange. Like, come on! Right, there we go. Now I can just change this. If I change this via the mapping, what we can do is we can take the mapping node, and the mapping node just allows us to change scale of things, so we can go like 5, 5, 5. But in this case, I'll probably need it to be like 20 or something. Or maybe 30. Hey Joel! Welcome back. Because the mapping node allows me to do that, and then I can just do that, and then everything's more or less done. We can just join that, and then just roof vent, and then just go geometry. There we go. That's that, all that done. Question is, did that change on the bin? Oh, it changed on the bin because I was using the same material. No! The bin's gonna have to go. That moment where I'm just like, no, just like completely ruin one asset for another, it's fine. Right, so if I take these and I just do clean up, What we do? Hopefully this will clean up anything that I haven't used. Hang on. Purge 206. Yeah. All that means is that I should not now have materials that I've not used, because that wastes file memory and makes things lag like mad. Okay. Thank you very much, Sugihono. So now we can start placing stuff. So we'll go to Undynes' house. I love the way we can just say that, like, oh, we're just going to Undynes' house. There we go. Bam. And then we can just do scenery. And we can just scale this. We can just scale this to Toriel, because Toriel is roughly, apparently, the same size as Undyne, although I don't quite get that, because I swear Undyne is like a massive Amazonian-style monster. Here we go, we'll just put all these in here. And then hopefully... because they're already scaled tutorial, that just made everything a hell of a lot easier. So now we can start putting stuff on the back wall. So like, for instance, fridge. Fridge goes here. So easy when we can just do stuff like this. And then all it requires really for some of these is just changing the textures. Okay, for that there. Do. Oh. Take that. That's gonna go. That's gonna probably have to go higher, looking at the way that the fan is done. Either that, or I just have it like going out the side or something. Then we can grab this. Let's see. It's a bin. It's a sacrifice. We can sustain. If you're getting on VR, I could see about getting Pixela on. Yes, if that's okay. Again, I'm still waiting for the headset to go green here at the moment. That's literally the only thing I'm waiting on right now. But I can only be on for basically like an hour or two maximum. Ooh. Okay, so we got a load of space over here, but that's just for the door, so that's fine. I need to include the grand piano as well, which is from Bioshock, which kind of makes sense because of it being a water-based or water-themed area, you know. It was just the grand piano from Bioshock was like the easiest one to get hold of. I feel like that's going to take up a ton of room. But yeah, what I'll do is, for anyone that wasn't around, is it alright if I add you on VRC? Yeah, sure. Like decorating a doll's house. Insert dance animation. Wish I had some form of doing raids during live streams. Yeah, it'd be cool if YouTube had the same thing as Twitch. You know, for doing like raids. Oh, come on now. Can I just... Right, so if I just hang this there. Yeah, for anyone who's not seen the dog shrine, I'll be showing that off in a moment as well, because I need to. This is looking good. So I'll show you what I had to do as well with Undynes' house. I just need to get at least the door positioned, and then everything else can be worked on, like, next stream, probably? Depending. I still need to put the piano in place, that's a major one. I love the way that everything lines up almost perfectly sprite-wise. you know, like 1-to-1 in terms of like sprite to actual 3D. It's so crazy. Trying to scale everything. Basically, I just eyeball it because Frisk apparently on a lot of fan scaling is basically like halfway up tutorial. So then I just go from there for everything. Makes me think, are you gonna add that one window? I can either do it, because I wanted to make sense of this, I can either do it over here, or I can just make sense of it by having Papyrus actually just dive out of this eye. You know, the one there. This one. It's just because, like, the window does not make sense when you look at it from the exterior. And as you can see, I'm already kind of faking this. Oh, I got a message. Let's see. Oh, I see what the message was. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, Revenge. What is your personal favorite Undertale character? Asriel. Definitely Asriel, and then Kara. Let's see. Or maybe because of the perspective, Papyrus jumps out of one of the front windows. Yeah, that's what I mean, like, depending on what everybody else thinks, I could probably just do it. Like, out of the front one is going to be easy over here. The only other way I was thinking of it was, if we open the other version of this for a moment, if I just save that, and then we go to the external one, where is it? Make sure I'm not opening up anything that I shouldn't here. I think it was 7v2 that had Undynes house in, I think. This is going to be missing textures for a little bit, primarily just because I've moved files around. But if we go to Undynes house here through Napsterbluke's farm and then out the other side, we just go whee, there's the Bluke residence. And here's Undynes house. Looking at Undynes house here, that's how it looks in the overworld, right? Makes no sense, and I've had to stretch the entire thing, obviously, to make it fit in. The only other place I could think about it would be literally here, which would be right next to Undynes' bedroom door. And the reason why is because then we don't actually see it in the overworld, but we know that it's there. You know, it's camouflaged by this fin. But that's the only other way I could think of placing it that would make sense. Because behind the fin, you don't see it, whereas anywhere else, you'd see him just diving out of a window and smashing it, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm coming up with for that at the moment in terms of a fix. So as you can see, anyone want a giant sushi roll? Just let me... Oh, we've still got before the story. That's fine. So as you can see in here now, if I go in for a moment, I've obviously had to tweak this a little bit. This was freaking me out for ages because I couldn't figure out what the heck I was going to do with this. I'm going to have to push some of this stuff into the wall a little bit. Just because of how it is and how small it is. I was like, oh god, this is not going to work. Obviously, we're not going to be able to fit Undynes' bedroom in here. But I was getting like SpongeBob vibes for ages. So I was like, I'll just look at SpongeBob levels. And sure enough, they kind of did something similar. I was like, wait a minute, I have the external? Maybe I just flip that and make it internal and then stretch it out a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've done it. Toby cheats for the interior again. Or rather, Toby and team cheat for the interior because of how much space is needed. No, because if we threw this in the original, then we wouldn't be able to get like the table and the chair in, plus enough room for Frisk and Undyne to run around in. So it's a pretty cramped space. I'm just gonna save that anyway. Are you gonna play Bold Sands now? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do that. And, let's see. Dark says why? Wait, what? Behind the webbed ear would be smart. Again, it's either that or I just do this front thigh. But wall doors as well. We'll go over a couple of things. I'll just quickly... I'm just gonna go from the beginning again here. Ooh. Mainly just because it's easy for me for the moment, and then I'll do stuff later. Plot twist, Undynes' bedroom is a pond in the basement. I mean, that would make sense because of the tail being back here, because, like, in the overworld map, obviously I've extended this, but going down in, like, into an underground area would make so much sense. Because then you could actually have room for it, you know. It's really awkward to do an entire building like this, and it makes sense, especially because of the roof is just curved all over the place. But it just had me racking my brain for ages. And then, of course, on the other hand of things we have was the Dog Shrine. There it is. So here's the Dog Shrine. Bam, just wreck everything for a moment. So for anyone who's not been around and hasn't seen the Dog Shrine, you now get to see the Dog Shrine in all its glory. Apart from the upstairs, which I'll have to do, like, put the doorway in here. There's Toriel. She shouldn't be here, but then again, she shouldn't be in a lot of places in the underground, but she is. But yeah, we got all the stuff for the Switch version because of the Mew Mew reference. We got the rope, got a little puddle here for the sake of it. We got the denied or rejected certificate of authenticity. We got the boombox, and then we got the dango over here, and the dog food dispenser. And then that's just all using assets, mainly from Waterfall, and then some, like, other stuff from Sonic Unleashed. Like, because obviously I don't shy about that kind of thing, so yeah. The shrine itself is from, like, Sonic Unleashed. And then I've just messed around with it and exploded it, and then we did the lights from Thames Shop. This is my dev account, so it's average. That's fine. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be in VR. I might be listening. I might doze off since I've been up all night and all day. It's currently 4 PM and I was working out in. Okay, Sugi. But yeah, this is gonna be the what the shrine looks like, and the reason why it's so big as well is to give the fight a bit of space, because obviously the fight's gonna start in here with Mew Mew and then go right back out there, with the idea of it taking place roughly around here. The idea being that at the end of a neutral run, Frisk is just going to get teleported here, because then it saves us having to watch Frisk backtrack all the way from New Home. Instead, it's just bam, you're in here and that's broken. No explanation. It's just like, wait a minute, I didn't know there was a shrine underneath Papyrus's house. You know, Mew Mew. We already did this, but because of Mew Mew being a trans character, we deliberately added some visual storytelling here by making the environment more or less detailed like that. So, because Mew Mew is trans, we've got the kind of like trans colors for the flag in the background, and Mew Mew's in the center, which represents the white. And then she's got green eyes that glow in the dark and everything. But she also has physics. Let's see. Average says, my brain melted today, remastering Ultra Kill stuff. Do you happen to have a fully 3D area starting from when you fall? Yes. I've redone the starting area recently. It looks so much better, but I'm not going to show that off. This bit, I'm only showing this off because I've been doing it on stream like this and showing it off with all the textures and everything. A lot of the other areas I've done kind of the same as I've built them up. The newer ones, though, because they have a lot of like secret references to other parts and things in, and in some cases actually have demo characters in there. I'm obviously not showing those off because it would be spoilers. But yeah, the lighting is very pretty. I try and make this look the best it possibly can. The thing with like the lighting is, I like trying to make it realistic, but not too dark, but not too bright. Obviously everything's underground, so you're gonna have a little bit of low lighting conditions, but I'm trying to match the game while also giving it a cool atmosphere, you know, because I don't want to take away from what the game looks like. I just want to add to it. That's why we've got stuff like the scrapped crystal flowers from Waterfall that we remade using my own modeling skills, and some assets from Zelda Breath of the Wild, I think it was, and we just spliced them together and made the crystal flowers that we've just placed all over the place. But that's kind of stuff like with the mushrooms, where they're all in Waterfall, and brought them in here to kind of spruce things up a little bit. But yeah, we got that. And for anyone who's not seen Mew Mew yet, because we fixed and talked about Mew Mew. I think it's that one. It's the other one that's animated, where is it? The reason why I'm doing this is because there's two versions of Mew Mew at the moment. One actually has physics, the other one just has physics kinda. Okay, so here we go. So this is gonna be a bit slow. This is a really like basic walk cycle. It's not meant to look good, it's just meant to show off a feature. And that being... Hey Sammy! Moody, don't you use Quixel? No. Not anymore. Basically, for Mew Mew here, the whole idea was to fix all of physics, because I'm doing that. What happened was, in the very old version of all of the animation, you can hear me in streams saying like, oh, I love animating ears and hair and capes and everything by hand, because it's just fun seeing everything come together and look cool. The problem with that is it would have taken absolutely forever. So instead I'm doing a new approach, which is where I take physics add-ons and I just tweak those so that I can animate them how I want. And I'm playing around with them, and Mew Mew's kind of another test demo for this, because I've already done it with Asgore and Toriel. But Mew Mew's an interesting case because she has a lot more stuff on her. She has like the hair that can move on the side of her head and the back of it. Then we have the skirt, which you can see the hand interacts with it as it moves past. And then obviously we've got Mew Mew's tail, and then the wand that she has. And the idea is that everything is reacting how it should. Physically. So it's just going to make things easier to animate, hopefully. I can see a little bit of clipping here, but that's just because of the way that the hand is moving there. But this is so much cooler than obviously having to animate everything by hand. It's just a little bit slow because of all the physics calculations, especially because I've got the quality ramped up here for demo purposes. But yeah, that's really cool. How are you going to do the soul? It's a question that's been asked before, but the soul's pretty cool. I can't really go into that too much. She looks kind of stiff. Yeah, that's primarily just because it's a really basic animation. I feel like the tail wouldn't swing, rather would behave like a tail would behave like a ribbon. Not too sure. The only reason I say that is I can change like the stiffness or whatever else. At the moment, this is just using like really basic physics, just as a generation for it, and all it's doing is just hitting the backs of the legs there. Like the way that this works, I can even show it because we did it the other day, was it literally just uses, let's see, right thigh and left thigh. All it uses is this, this collection that I've got of hand-placed objects that make up where it should collide, and then when it collides against them, it just wobbles a bit. But I can easily just like edit that if I need to, and I can also edit it, I think on the fly, or at least I can edit partially where it goes by animating the top bone to sway either left or right, depending on where I want. Wiggle 2 is still something that I'm messing around with, that Wiggle 2 being the actual add-on for it. But yeah, it's something that I'm messing around with and trying to get right. Pretty much like with the animations and stuff, they're gonna look stiff until I get them all right for every single character. But yeah, I can do side to side. Usually the top of the cat's tail swings the most. Yeah, what I can do is, because of that having basically like a rope, think about if you had a rope with like made up of multiple segments, The way that it works is that you click on a segment and then click on the other ones and tell it to make those a physics object, and then only those segments will react. That's what I did for the tail. But again, I still need to tweak things to make it look better. But yeah, I appreciate the feedback because it means that it'll be more accurate in future, especially if just animating it to go left and right will help. Because then obviously it will still collide with the legs and other things, so... I don't think you read my comments, Joe. Oh, I did. I just didn't read it out loud. Let's see. Yeah, I won't always read comments out loud. Oh, why is my headset still not... It says it's not charged yet, but it's been on charge for like an hour. Hang on, let's see how long it takes. How long to charge Meta Quest 2? 2.5 hours. Oh, okay, so when plugged into a wall outlet. Just checking something out here. Oh wow. So yeah, I think I've just been leaving it on by accident. I'm gonna need to turn it off properly in future. Oops. But yeah, that's that done. Doing Undynes' house is going to be pretty easy now. Just trying to figure out, oh yeah, for people who are just turning up and for... I own multiple cats. If you have questions about the movement behavior, that'd be cool. Well, thank you very much, Dark. I know Sammy can help out as well, because Sammy has a cat. So, while people are here, I'm just going to quickly go over this in hopes that I don't have to wait much longer for my headset. Let's see. Where's the file? Where's the file? I love the way I'm just looking at the fire exit texture here from Metaton as well. There's the roadmap. So, this is a roadmap. You'll have probably heard this term being used before by the games industry. Essentially, it's what they want to be done for like certain points in time. I don't have a time frame on this, but I can show you what I've been working on and where it's up to. You can see pretty easily what I'm up to at the moment. Obviously, red is stuff that isn't started, but this is from yesterday, or the day before, I think it is. So, red is not started, white is in progress, and yellow is finished. Like, yellow is, I'm just not touching it anymore, it's done. A lot of this stuff, including, obviously, Undynes' house now, is going to be white. All that means is there's a lot of little tweaks I can do, or there's just a few here and there. So we'll go over this, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on, because the update will probably drop towards the end of the year, looking at it at the moment. And that's mainly because after I've done all of this, I have to do the animating for the demo sections, and then I can actually properly do the animating for the entire project instead of just demo stuff. The idea for the new demo is that essentially if you've seen the original trailer, where the original trailer was the one that had Timergraph's music in it, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing that trailer again for a little bit. And then I'm going to be going over the newer version, which won't have Ty's music in it. But it will feature all of the new stuff and a few new characters. And it'll just show you, by comparison, how much everything is upgraded since a year ago when we first demoed the project to everybody. You'll also see pretty much all of the areas of the underground, plus the new characters and everything. You'll get to hear them and see them, and all of the cool effects and everything. And then after all of that's done, then that's when I can start doing everything. So yeah, we're pretty close to finality, as it were, where all of the content is ready to go. I won't be able to sleep with that apparatus strapped to my head. The Quest 2. Oh, hang on. My headset is 24/7 on charger. It never dies. Not even when I sleep in VR. I've not tried that yet. But yeah, so the way that this works is that for this update, like I was saying, I'll be showing off the original demo, the new demo, and I'll also be obviously doing a very comical update as to how this all came together. Like, I'll be going back through stream, taking parts of the stream and editing that in as I normally do to show off all the tech behind it, so we can see how much effort went into almost a year's worth of work compared to where we were at the beginning of the year. Because if you remember, in February, that's when Waterfall was completed, and the previous updates were done in such a way that they were all named after certain areas. So it would always be stuff related to different areas. So it'd be like the Hotland update was first. Then we had the Ruins and New Home, and then we had Waterfall. So now the last bit is just the core and everything else, essentially, just thrown in there. But yeah, the core update will feature all of this stuff that I'm talking about. So it'll probably be a long presentation in VR like normal. At least I think it will be, unless I just like edit it down and kind of make it so it's not super long, so everybody's not getting bored. Because the worst part about it is I like explaining all the tech stuff, because I know some people will find that interesting, but I know other people are just like, dude, seriously, what are we doing? Just get onto the nice, colourful stuff, you know, the actual animation. So it kind of sucks that, but it's like I've got to kind of get that in-between sort of like area where everybody's entertained and enjoying the entire event. I'm just drinking. I sleep in VR after night after night in VR every day. Oh, nice. Are you gonna play Bolt Sands now? I'm just playing it over again just because of it's easier for the moment. Spam Chromite says, I can't imagine the part of Undyne chasing Frisk through that maze of bridges over the water and parts of the junkyard. Yeah, that bit's gonna be crazy, because like I've got to have Undyne on the lower section and then like basically casting spears up through the floor. That's gonna be actually pretty cool though, if I can block it out so it looks neat and have it from like multiple angles, and then have Frisk just like get to the end and have the entire thing explode with physics. That's gonna be fun. And then falling down past the Undertale yellow reference. Also, the lab is going to be fun, because Sammy's doing a ton of artwork for that that's going to go on like Mew Mew merch. So there's going to be a lot of Mew Mew merch that Alphys has just like strewn around the lab. I might even add physics to it, so like Frisk ends up kicking like a can or something at some point by accident. You know, to kind of make it look as though it's that friend's house that you've walked into and they're just not ready at all. They've just not cleaned up or anything. So there's like just trash all over the place. Because I figure we've already got kind of that with Alphys, with the way that she has all the noodle bowls piled up next to a computer and stuff. It's just going to be funny to have like the Mew Mew stuff just strewn around the computer and then like other areas. So the lab will be like plastered with Mew Mew merch. 5 soda cans in total, says Sammy. Nice. An anime storyboard for Undyne's chase. I'm gonna have to figure out stuff like that, because it's better blocking it out with like cubes first, going for like the timing and everything, and then I can really go in and like emphasize the animation, because at the moment I'm thinking of like a lot of like taking risks, trying to avoid spears while also taking risky jumps onto like the lower sections and stuff. And then some shots, obviously, from like up above or down below, so we can just see the height and everything. It's gonna be nuts. Mew Mew fan art and fanfic, says Lucky. Moody, your avatar is tweaking. Yeah, it probably will be if I'm drinking. Normally it does that when I start drinking. Like, I'm looking at the other camera for the moment, or rather the other screen, and it'll start tweaking. And there we go, the headset's actually charged now. But yeah, if I'm drinking out of a cup or anything, my neck might snap for a moment. Lucky! Oh my god. So yeah, we're good, we're done. Undynes house will be done in a couple of days. Anyway, thank you very much everyone. I hope you've enjoyed and I shall see you on the next stream. So until then, bye!